Good morning. This is Margie here from Nature Health. And I'm here to share with you one of my favorite pastimes, planting potatoes. Potatoes are the most bountiful crop in the garden. And unless you really make big mistakes, nothing really bothers them. I love planting potatoes because you can just, if you want an early new young potato, you just scratch around like a mole and take out a little young potato. Or you can wait until the potatoes are fully mature and dig the whole lot up at once. Whether you are in a unit block with no garden, you can always have a garden when you've got a potato planting bag. This is the potato planting bag. This is the small one from Green Harvest. So I'm going to show you how to plant a bountiful supply of potatoes very, very easily. So what we need to fill that potato bag with, you can use whatever medium you like. I like to use mushroom compost at the bottom of my potatoes. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill that bag until it's about 12 or 13 centimeters, and I'm just going to drop my potatoes on top of them. Make sure it's broken up nice and loose. This is a perfect medium for potatoes. Potatoes do not like to grow in clay. So we're not going to, if you are in a clay block, then this kind of product is perfect for you. So that's approximately 13 centimeters. That's about the depth of soil beneath your potatoes, because your potatoes are going to swell into that whole area. 13 centimeters. The potatoes need to be about 25 centimeters apart. So that's about there. So what I do, in a bag this size, I would put 4 or 5 potatoes. 3 or 4, one in the middle. And that's how I would plant in this size bag. When you're growing potatoes, buy your seed potatoes from a reputable dealer. So I bought my stock from Green Harvest, of course. And each potato needs 3 eyes, at least 3 eyes. This one's got 2, but very abundant. So I'm not going to cut that one. I'm just going to place that one just like it is. That one's only got 1, so I will place that one there. Because that one's got 3, I'm going to cut that one. That one's got 2, so I might just leave that one there. But this one I will cut. Now, there are 2 schools of thought. Some people believe once you've cut your potato, you need to dry it off. Other schools believe once you've cut it, you plant immediately. Now that's what I do. I cut my potato and I plant immediately. So I'm going to plant that potato just into the ground there, and this one there, and there are my 5 potatoes. So now I'm going to take some more of this mushroom compost, and I'm just going to cover them. Just allow the tiniest little bit of those green shoots above. You want to get the sun into these potatoes to heat the soil so they germinate and they continue growing. So roll your bag down to the level that they are. While they are growing, it's really important that these do not dry out. But the most important thing, you don't want them too wet either. So you just make sure you give them a good water, a good soak when they come. And then you only need to water them every maybe second day, depends. If you're getting temperatures of 35 degrees, you'll need to water them every day if you want a good crop of potatoes. This is the potatoes after 3 weeks. Green Harvest has all different sizes of potato bags. So It's a fabulous product, and what I love about it, at the end of the season, you wash it out, you pour boiling water on it, you hang it up to dry, and you use it season after season after season. And when the potatoes are finished, use it for your salads for the summer. So it's a fabulous product to use for any backyard, balcony, or gardening when you have no garden. I highly recommend you putting your potatoes in a potato bag, garden or no garden. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to just mulch up along the stems so the potatoes can keep growing up. The potatoes are going to form around and they won't go green. Once the potatoes turn green when they're exposed to the air, they're poisonous and you can't eat them. So that's why we cover potatoes as they grow up. What's really important is the hay that you use must not be absolutely sodden, and it mustn't be piled together. It must be beautiful and loose so that the potato can breathe. Because last year, a lot of my potatoes, I covered it with lucerne. I use lucerne hay. But what happened was the lucerne got so wet that the potato went all moldy and limp, and it died, and all the potatoes underneath were no more. I'm going to just hay up around these potatoes, just like that. It's really important that it's nice and loose, it's not tightly packed. And I'm going to put a little bit on the side here. There we go. Fabulous. You will find every week you're going to have to mulch up your potatoes. Some people heap it up with sand or soil, but I always use hay. I find hay really works for me. So you'll see these potatoes are now about 2 months old, and potatoes you can start planting at the beginning of spring right the way through summer. So I plant at various stages, so I've got potatoes all the way through the season. You'll notice they have not come into flower yet, so they've still got a good couple of weeks to go. But what I need to do is I need to mulch the hay up the stems, and I'm just mulching very loosely up the stems, just so the potatoes can form. And you'll notice that some of them are growing at funny angles, and that was my fault because I let a few days go and they were already too tall. So I'm just going to mulch up very loosely around the stems, and I find that once a week you've got to do this once a week. And the potatoes are going to be forming all around the stem. I'm actually looking for the ladybirds, but I can't see any. Ladybirds love potatoes. So now the hay's hayed up, the flowers are coming. As they finish flowering, these leaves start to turn yellow. Then you know you can harvest your potatoes. I really hope you found that a helpful tip on how to grow a fabulous crop of potatoes to take you right through the season. So if you like that segment, please click the like button and go onto my website and have a look at the series of low budget organic gardening ebooks. There's all sorts of information there that will help you with your organic gardening. Have a fabulous day.